So let's talk about the modules one by one in a basic configuration, starting with the Moog Model D components. I was going to pull all these out and put them all in one at a time, but there's nothing you need to see on the back, so I'm not going to do that. Let's save everybody some time. Starting over here on the left, the very first module in my Model D on steroids is the Glide+Noise, which has this cool glide circuit with on-the-panel configurability to turn glide on and off and make the glide only up if the pitch voltage is increasing, or down if the pitch voltage is decreasing, or both in the middle. There's also a track and hold function that takes a gate signal and works as you would expect. If the gate is high, the glide will be applied, as if you were holding a key on a keyboard. Hit another key up or down from it and you should glide there all portamento-y. The noise circuit offers your standard white-pink noise, but there's also this red noise, which I have to say I've never heard of before. There's also a term here I've never heard, because I'm not an electronics engineer in my spare time, and that this employs a specific selected transistor in avalanche mode, which sounds pretty exciting. In a typical configuration, you'd plug your CV into the Glide+Noise and set your glide direction and speed, and then the CV out will go to the VCOs. And there's your glide portamento. However, the very interesting thing about the Glide+Noise module is that it utilizes this sorcery called the Eurorack power and distribution bus. I'll only touch on this briefly, but the whole idea of a distribution bus sounds like Disney magic. I had no idea, of course. What this basically means is that the bus you plug all your power connectors into can act as a conduit for sending control voltage and gate signals down the power bus to any modules connected on the same bus or segment that may be listening. Yes, sorcery. For example, I can use the Glide+Noise for CV pitch, and I have a compliant bus. The pitch CV can travel down the power bus to all the VCOs on that same bus segment, so I'm controlling pitch without a bunch of patch cables. Now the same is true for gate, because on the connector here you'll see CV and gate written in words. Maybe I could put a picture up of that. So you can pass gate signals down. I have not successfully done that yet. I'm not sure if I'm doing something wrong or if I've configured something wrong, but I can't seem to use any gate signaling from Glide+Noise anyway, all the way down to the gate jack, for instance. So I do have to still patch that. All right, so I went and reconfigured real quick because I forgot I wanted to use my new little Arturia key step, the little tiny guy here, for some CV control over this, rather than have to use the dark time sequencer. So let me show you what this sounds like real quick. I'm jumping ahead, forgive me, but I want to show what the glide does. So I'm going to show you what the oscillator sounds like here. All right, now I'm going to plug in my CV from the key step, from the CV output into the CV in of Glide+Noise here. All right. So you can't see my fingers right down here. I'm tapping some keys. All right, so now I'm going to turn on the Glide+Noise, but look at this. CV is going into the Glide+Noise. All of the oscillators. That's the point I'm trying to show, is that the distribution bus here is taking the CV signal from this Glide+Noise module and passing it down the bus, and then these modules, the three oscillators, are listening on that bus for CV signals in order to make notes. So now if I was to turn on the glide, and I'm going to put it in the up position, I'm going to set the glide a little dramatic right now so you can hear it, but if I come down, there's no glide, but if I go up, there is, because this is in the up position. Same happens if I turn it to the down position. Now going up, there's no glide, but coming down, there is. It's wonderful, right? And in the middle, it of course goes both ways. So that's all I wanted to show, was just using CV, because here's the reveal. I've had a Behringer Go case for 3 years. 3 years. And only about a week ago, I was reading the manual to find out voltage levels or something for loading stuff up. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't going to blow any voltages on zones. And because I know just a little bit more about modular today than I did 3 years ago, my eyes noticed that the jack here has a CV gate pin. And that triggered something to me, because now I know what that is. And I was like, are you kidding me? All this time, this case has supported distribution bus and I didn't even know. Oh, God, I'm such a noob. Color me excited, because that's why I'm not building my own custom case for the MiniMOD, is because now the Behringer Go case can handle the CV stuff. If I want to use it, I don't have to use it. So that's a super long description about the very first module, which is only 6 HP and a relatively inexpensive component compared to the rest of the MiniMOD modules, and how it can literally be the gateway to pitch and gate sources in your MiniMOD system. So let's give someone else the spotlight, shall we?